yo, if anyone is out there right now, please do me a huge favor and get this live stream shared out. Retweet this stream. Send the link to all of your friends. I'm currently making an announcement in the server. For those of you that are here, thanks for being here. Much appreciated. This is a very, very special week. It's our final auction. Auction week 7. Enter the cosmos while you still can. Alright, let me get this announcement out there. And then we'll reflect on everything that's happened. It's been a good time for the RENGA community. Alright, we got that announcement out there. It's in the community news channel. You can find all of the links that you're going to need. I'm also going to pin it into the general chat, the robot army chat, the auction chat. You know how we roll. Put the information everywhere. Hope that people come through, because we much rather spend this time together than apart. Got this in the robot army chat. Let's get it in the general chat. Let's get it in the auction chat. Alright, let's see. Oh snap, we got Stealthy One saying 3333333333333. I think Stealthy One is right. Oh snap, we got more. We got Mobius. Everyone's going crazy right now in the chat. We just know the end of the leaderboard shuffle is always a crazy time for us. Alright, we are officially gonna get started. I want to give a huge shout out right now to Mobius, because Mobius is massively helping me out, just to make sure I can be heard. Shout outs to Mobius for the little music down, mic up. Let me know if you can hear me for the music now. And Mobius is also helping me by streaming this into the Discord server. So, many thanks. Because the more pathways people have to be able to listen, the more people theoretically will have join us. Let's get the volume down a bit. Alright. Oh no! Mobius said we're missing the shout out! It was lagging a little bit. Alright, I want to tell you guys something that I am currently dealing with right now. So, this is the week we've all been waiting for. I've been super excited. It's the last week, it's like the culminating event. This is the final auction week. And of course, like, you know, I'm like going over, making sure the stream settings are all good yesterday, everything is smooth, Of course, today, of all days, Wi-Fi, for some reason, is all screwed up. So, I don't know, I realized it earlier during a meeting, like, oh no, my Wi-Fi isn't working the way it normally does. And I don't know. So right now I'm tethered to cellular data, which is freaking me out. At some point, if the cellular data seems screwed up, I'll try switching back to my Wi-Fi, which just wants to fail me. I mean, is Mercury in retrograde? What is the deal? right? People always say when Mercury's in retrograde, technological devices are like malfunctioning and all this stuff. Can someone like fact check me on that? Is that happening right now? Anyway, I want to just give an overview of why we are here to begin with. And the reason we're here to begin with is we are minting the last set of Cosmos characters. And so, as you can see right now on the screen, I like to give an overview because even though we've been doing this for a few weeks, not everyone really like knows what the process looks like. But let's just go through real quick. What you're looking at right now is an auction leaderboard. And this auction leaderboard shows the 14 wallet addresses that currently have the top bids on Cosmos characters. And this week we will have 14 people who will win. So there will be the top 14 bids, which will reflect on this leaderboard. We'll have an entitlement to bid at the price that you currently see on the screen. And so this leaderboard that you see right now, obviously if you look at the timer, we're in the last 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes of the auction, right? So we have this nice timer, and it's like, oh, that's all well and good and whatnot. However, as we have seen historically, it's not always the case, because a lot of the times we have ended up going into overtime on these auctions. And so, you know, if you're not familiar with the way our auctions have been working, when we get down to the final 3 minutes, so like once we're under that 3-minute mark, if someone swoops in with a bid that is going to knock someone off the leaderboard, so like right now if I jump in with a 1.3 ETH bid, I might theoretically knock this last, but what you'll notice is we will actually be going into the final 15 minutes or so of this auction at a much higher lowest bid. Right now our lowest bid is 1.07, and the top bid is 1.22, and yeah, so this is already, we're starting much higher than we have in prior weeks, and we'll see what happens. I think that we'll see what happens. I think that it's gonna get really interesting, and we know how our community is. Our community is like, oh shoot, the artwork is so good, and oh no, did I get booted? Can anyone hear me? Let me see. Can anybody hear me? Can y'all hear me? Am I still here? Am I still in here? I'm being told that I might have been booted. Let's see. Do I exist? Am I here? How will I ever know if I'm here or not? Is there a way? Oh, unable to connect. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I'm still streaming to... That's interesting. How do I fix this? Oh, I think it's... Okay. It's unable to connect me to my Twitter. Now, why is that? Testing, testing. Can anybody hear me? Am I live? If I'm live, let me know. It's sending data. It says it's sending data. Seems to be struggling right now. Oh no. Are we live? Are we not live? Oh man, says okay. Oh, it says we're streaming. We're back. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know. We got booted. We only got booted from X, which is so strange. We did not get booted from YouTube. I don't know why that happened. All right. Well, we are back. And what I was saying was, going into this week, we were expecting, you know, the lowest bid to be a little bit higher, but I think this really exceeded my expectations. Anyway, we expect a lot more shuffling to happen. This is the collection that people are currently bidding for, so it's called Cosmos, and these are all one-of-one characters that are hand-drawn by Dirty Robot. And actually, there's an excerpt I really want to read to you guys at some point, because like things are gonna get crazy in a little bit. you know, once we get into the leaderboard shuffle and all that good stuff. But I wanted to like read an excerpt from one of my favorite, it's Hegel's lectures on aesthetics. So I pulled something out. We'll get to it in a minute, but I just want to look at some of these insane characters that people have been minting. This was a favorite one, I want to say, that recently minted. And I actually found something. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. I actually found something. All right, so this was one that I think was a favorite. This is collected by Thor. Let me just ask, are we back? Are we back? Yeah, right now I know I sound like I'm multitasking. That's because I am multitasking. And anyone who knows me or has watched in previous weeks, I am not the best at multitasking. Oh, we got Stealthy One in here. Let's go. Okay. Hi, Stealthy One. I don't know if you can hear me. I love you so much, and I want to say to Stealthy One, 3333333. That is just for you. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to this. Okay. Final 14 and a half minutes. But yeah, so getting back to this artwork that everyone is so eager to bid on, these are all one of ones. So what you'll notice, actually one of the things Dirty Robot said was, no traits were harmed in the making of this collection. So shout outs to Dirty Robot, because to me that was one of the most iconic things anyone's ever said about their own collection. So yeah, no traits were harmed in the making of the Cosmos collection. And I wanted to show you guys something really quickly. Dirty Robot is an artist that, like, you know, dates back before Web3. And so I wanted to, this is like one of my absolute favorite pieces. This is Dirty Robot 1 of 1 that's called Human Delicacy. And I love this piece so much. It's a little bit I want to say it's like kind of sinister. I don't know if sinister is the right word, but I actually found something in this piece that I was like, oh shoot, and I wanted to bring it up because I don't know who's listening or if anyone's gonna watch this back, but well, there's a couple of cool things in here. Well, the first thing is you obviously see there's this body that's laying out on a table, which is not a place that you normally see a body laying out. And they appear to be eating, but like if you actually zoom in and you look at what are the contents of their plates, you will find things like eyeballs and fingers, right? You see digits. You see a lot of interesting things. You see like what might be a mouth over here. I'm not totally sure. I gotta ask Dirty Robot about that. But this piece is like so iconic. You see a taco head, which we're familiar with. You know, so this is one of my favorite pieces, but I want to show you what I found that I hadn't realized until now. Let's look at this character right here. You see this guy with the little, he looks like he has a tank on his head. It looks like there's a fish inside of it. Now, I've been saying, I had tweeted a little bit earlier this week that, oh snap, you know, Dirty Robot has sometimes in the Cosmos collection sort of revived and iterated on characters we had seen in his 365 collection, but this character really reminded me of a piece that's collected by our community member Hyena. I think it's Hyena who has this piece. I'm gonna try and find it quickly. It's an alien. It's not exactly the same thing. So like I said, there have been times where Dirty Robot has like kind of iterated on a previous piece, but I would say in this case it's kind of more along the lines of it like rhymes with a former concept that Dirty Robot had. And here's the piece that I'm thinking about, and obviously they're not exact, right? This is not a literal you know, like reiteration of the same concept. But there are certain like just stylistic elements, like this tank is a head. In this case, instead of it being a fish, like it is in the Human Delicacy piece, you see like maybe it's a brain, something that like has, you know, the ability to, you know, just house consciousness. But let's go back, let's look at the Human Delicacy. So you can kind of see, to me, they kind of, they rhyme. They mirror each other a little bit. So yeah. Oh, nice. And we also, I want to give a shout out to John HQ. John HQ is also streaming. So I'm going to add into all of the channels the John HQ stream link. So feel free to also jump in there. He might not be having the same internet issues that I'm currently having. Hopefully not. And plus you'll get John HQ's very more silky smooth radio quality voice. But let's get back to this leaderboard. So I feel like not much has changed. We are in the last 10 minutes. We're still sitting at the lowest bid is 1.07 ETH. The highest bid is 1.22 ETH. And it's looking healthy. But again, the way that our community works is they wait and they wait and they wait and they wait. And then we get into the under 3 minutes kind of area. And all of a sudden, you know, we're in the last minute. And it's like, oh shoot, the auction's about to end, I think. And then it doesn't. The auction doesn't end because people wait until the last, say, 3 to 10 seconds and they're like, okay, now I'm gonna place my bid. So it's like just keeping you on edge, you know, it makes it more fun. The one thing I want to say, oh, shout outs to Morbeck. Morbeck, if you can hear me, thank you so much for getting the John HQ stream link out. I really appreciate it. And if you're looking for it, just go straight into the Robot Army chat because Morbeck has hooked it up. I'm going to pin it to the top. Let's pin that. Da-da-da. All right. For those of you who are joining a little bit later, happy last auction. It's crazy. It's so sad to me that we're not going to get to do this anymore once this week ends. I mean, we'll find new reasons to stream. You know, I need to get like, I have to have 2 Wi-Fi routers maybe, like one backup. And they need to be, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the solution. One of the things, I do sometimes have issues because I live on the ocean and the wind gets bad. I mean, not that it's actually not windy, but I don't know. Sometimes I have connection issues for that reason, but I don't know. It's gotta be a better way. Or just moving away from the ocean, maybe. That might be the solution, actually. Yeah, there are pros and cons, right, to everything. Everything is a give or take. But yeah, so real quick, let's go through. So Dirty Robot has created this beautiful collection. It's a smaller collection, right? Cosmos. Will have 313 pieces. So, like, drastically smaller than the RENGA OG collection, right? Which was generative, although it did have some one-of-ones. This entire collection is hand-drawn. And one of the nice things about this collection was just that, you know, it was deflationary. Like, if we go through all the different stages of how you could possibly mint it, it was meant to actually reduce the total token supply, right? Because these are still tokens, right? They live on the Ethereum blockchain. And so yeah, it was meant to actually make the supply smaller. So in the second stage, like Mobius was just talking about, you know, he got to get his glitch starfighter, which is an absolute grail. But the way that he went about doing it was he had to burn 5 of his OG Renga. And obviously he didn't have to go about it that way. He could have participated in the auctions, but like there's this gamified element to things, but also a consideration for like, well, the health of the project, but not only the health of the project, like how are we going to really refine the cast of characters that might exist for the future storytelling platform? And we know that there is going to be a storytelling platform. It's going to be called Origin. We don't know anything else really about it. But characters like this one, who knows, will have a chance to participate in some form on this platform. We know there will be rewards. We know that there will be staking. These are things that have been officially announced. Oh snap! Look at that leaderboard. We got some new bids in. The lowest bid currently is 1.08 ETH. And once again, this is the final auction. Something else just came in too, actually, right? Yeah, I'm seeing things start to shuffle around. I don't know. We might actually be here all night, and I'm not even mad about that. Let's do it. We can do like a 24-hour live stream, And yeah, it's like kind of like a virtual slumber party. I'm into it. I like that. But yeah, I wanted to go over like where did we all start? So really quickly, I want to show the original teaser video. And because my internet is a little bit messed up, what I'll probably do is just kind of click through it. And so here was the original. Here's the original teaser video on the RENGA account. And so it starts with this logo. And by the way, this logo looks different from the logo we had initially been seeing. So then we pass through, and by the way, the music underlying this video is insane. So if you haven't checked out the teaser video, I don't know, it might not be there much longer because we're moving on to, you know, bigger and better things. Each thing that has happened previously has kind of been a building block for what's to come. So then we see the RENGA logo, and then it moves into this present, and we get these, you know, these insane kind of red and cream characters rotating about. And it turned out we ended up seeing these characters come to life in the actual Cosmos collection. But guess what? They didn't all look like this, and they weren't always facing in the sort of orientation that they're facing in the teaser video. So this was really like craftfully done by Dirty Robot. You know, just this one I think is this might be Thor's piece. But anyway, yeah, so we ended up seeing these characters come to life. This one actually was a warlord that minted last week that a lot of us were super excited about. Drippy in particular, shout outs to Drippy. I know you listen to this stuff, and I know you'll be my, you know, my partner in crime in Spaces later. Shameless plug, we are having a Twitter Spaces later, so don't forget about it. Show up. Sorry, I just switched back to the leaderboard because I wanted to check on the time. We're above 3 minutes, so we're still safe for a little bit, but then we'll click back. But anyway, so this video, the teaser video, then clicks through what we later came to find out, shapeshifter, monster, monk, alien, glitch, starfighter, spaceman, were going to be the new archetypes that were introduced into the ecosystem. And we actually didn't know that they were archetypes yet. Some people had speculated, like, wait a minute, are we getting new archetypes? And then they counted, and some people had actually laid out like a tiled version so that we could look at all the information that was included in that original teaser video and say, okay, here's what we now know. And people said, oh shoot, like maybe there's 13 new archetypes. But it turned out Dirty Robot always likes to leave just a little bit to question, right? And so actually not all of the archetypes were listed out in that initial teaser video. So then it became, you know, kind of like a guessing game once we started to see teasers of the pieces and we saw the live illustrations of the Cosmos pieces. And it was like, well, what archetype might that one be? What do we think that is? And for those who came into the Discord server to watch the live sessions, if they were having a conversation with Dirty Robot, they might say to him, hey, what archetype is this that you're currently illustrating? And he'd be like, oh, that's an engineer, you know, nonchalant. So there was always alpha to be found, whether it was sort of hidden in the teaser videos or in the, like, conversation with Dirty Robot in the Discord server, or even sometimes on the Twitter timeline. So real quick, I just want to point you to, we're under 3 minutes, right? We're in the last 2 minutes. And what that now means for us, for this auction leaderboard, is that if someone goes to place a bid and knocks someone else off, another 3 minutes will be added to the timer. So that is why my good friend Stealthy One is in the Discord chat right now, going 3, because theoretically we could continuously just be having 3 minutes added and added and added, like ad infinitum, until people stop bidding. And so I don't know. We don't know how this is going to turn out tonight. We're in the last minute and a half. I do want to click back into the teaser video just one more time. So we click through, we see all the archetypes, and then it leads us to this beautiful typography, which we later came to find out is actually the name of the collection, right? If anyone remembers, originally when we were teased about this collection, it was called R1. And maybe that one was kind of like alluding to the one-of-one side of things. But we never found out the name Cosmos until much, much later on. But there was speculation. We had people like Ilan and Wilt who like instantly knew what it was. They thought it was Cosmos. They saw patterns. And then we had other people who jokingly, you know, came up with their own speculation. Like Guacamole, shout outs to 1K. We had Carmen was another speculated interpretation of the typography. And yeah, now we are back to the leaderboard and we're under 30 seconds. But knowing our community, it's still very possible that another bid comes flying in right now. And we'll see. I don't know. Or maybe that's it. And that would be sad because I don't want it to be over yet. I really don't want it to be over yet. And by the way, if you end up being a winner on this leaderboard in our final week of auctions, I implore you to go into the Discord server, stream your reveals. It's something you'll manually do. Many of us have already participated in the auction phase, so once you get your entitlement and the timer runs out, that is the price you're entitled to mint at, and then you just go in and you manually do it. But you do it in the VC, in the Discord server, which is a public VC right now, because we want everyone to watch. Nothing tops the shared experience, in my opinion. And are we at the end? I can't tell. Is time up? Is time really up? I don't know. I'm refreshing right now because you guys know my Wi-Fi is questionable today for some reason. So Mercury's in retrograde, or the way some people jokingly say it, Mercury's in Gatorade. I don't know. I mean, unless my thing just isn't refreshing, I think we might... Oh, we got a mint! Oh, snap! It's over! Wow! Well, congratulations to everyone who is entitled to mint this final week of the Cosmos auction. Let's see what mints are currently happening right now. This is crazy! You guys all need to stream it. Everyone needs to go in the VC right now and start streaming. I see people are in there. Wait, let me join, but I don't wanna mess up their flow right now. Someone's gotta stream. It's only right. Alright, if I start seeing someone streaming, I'm gonna shout them out. But in the meantime, I really want to read you guys this excerpt from the Hegel lectures on aesthetics. I will do that in a minute though, because we got a mint. Oh no, we got 2 mints! Okay, 299. Let's see what we have here. Oh, snap. Oh, 299. Who got this one? Yo! We got an AI golem! And I wanted to give a shout out. This one is sick! Okay, can we just talk about... Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay, I want to just talk about real quick. Ghost Pepper and Thor were speculating about what might be the archetypes of the final mints. And I took like a little picture of the, darn, where is it? Of the spreadsheet that Ghost Pepper shared. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, so this was what we got from Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper was thinking 1 AI golem, 2 hunters, 1 alien, 2 shapeshifters, 1 monk, 2 warlords, 2 crystal children, 2 enchanters, 2 engineers. Oh, and this was with the collaboration of Thor. So this was like brainstorming, and this was what they were thinking would come out in the final week. So I don't know. So far we've gotten an AI golem. I'm kind of curious to see how many of these end up being correct. Let's look at number 300. So number 300. Oh, Sour, my boy. Sour's my boy. Like IRL, my friend. We got one of the crystal children. Oh, awesome. Okay, one of the crystal children. And by the way, I remember Dirty Robot saying there is some meaning to these orbs that are floating over their heads. And I don't know. Should come out hopefully in story. I'm sure it will. Sturdy Robot always has like a long-term plan. Like, all right, let's look at 301. Oh, sick. Holy crap. All right, the mints this week are like, they're like heavy hitters. We got an alien, crystal children, AI golem so far. This one is really, really cool. That's like, it's like a classic Alien. Dirty Robot has sometimes gone in the direction of like more futuristic. I mean, this one does also look futuristic. But it's like, you look at this and you're like, yeah, there's no question about what archetype that might actually fall under. That one's sick. All right, I don't know, let's see. But okay, in the meantime, real quick, I want to read you guys this excerpt that I've been dying to share, because we are in like the market, the landscape of like the broader market is just so, it's like barren. That's the only word I could think of right now to describe it. And sometimes it just feels so like devoid of a soul and so devoid of a moral compass. But to me, artwork is like the saving grace of this space. It is what brought me to this space. It is what keeps me in this space. And so one of my favorite philosophers is Hegel. And for those of you who don't know, like when, at university, before I studied physics, I actually also got a philosophy degree. And so Hegel is one of my favorite philosophers who I actually did not learn about when I was getting my philosophy degree. I mean, I did, but like superficially. I never read any of his stuff. So I wanted to read you guys this excerpt from his lectures on aesthetics. And he says, art, in contrast to nature, is the free creation of the human spirit. Nature is bound by necessity and governed by laws that are external to it, whereas art is the manifestation of the freedom of the spirit, which transcends the limitations of nature. Art elevates the natural world by transforming it into a representation of the ideal, which is governed by the free activity of the mind. That is one of my absolute favorite excerpts. And basically he's saying that like art exalts nature. It actually liberates nature from the laws that constrain it. And so we see that all the time in Dirty Robot's art, right? I mean, he just takes what we currently know to be our reality and just elevates it, and imbues it with the freedom of his own creative spirit. So I just really wanted to share that excerpt. It's one of my favorite pieces that I've ever read. So if you are inclined to enjoy philosophy, Hegel's Lectures on Aesthetics is where you can find that. It's obviously a translation, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you see how it just deeply resonates with Dirty Robot, the ethos of RENGA, the world is our playground, nature is our playground to elevate through art. And in the meantime, real quick, let's just look at this. Cosmos number 302. Damn! Look at that engineer. I mean, you can tell it's an engineer, right? Because it's got the classic lightning bolt. So Dirty Robot does symbology really, really well, right? Symbols we look at, they convey all of this meaning, right? You're thinking electrical components, you're associating it now with both the engineer archetype, but also the motor core archetype, if we think back to OG RENGA. So yeah, Dirty Robot just really accomplishes it very, very well. This one's insane. Wow. Next level! Alright. Who got this one, by the way? Oh, this is Jay. Let's go. You know what? Jay has pretty good minting RNG. Just like Van Buren. There are some people in the community that if I'm playing the lottery, I'm giving them my lotto ticket. Hey, can you do the scratch off for me, Jay? Alright, let's see. Let's see. Ah, what else? What else? Have we missed any yet? Not yet. I don't think so. Let's refresh. Oh, man. It's been such an awesome past few months. Just thinking back to, we had... Back in July was when that teaser video came out, and no one really knew where this was going, right? Because at the time, we didn't know that these characters were all one-of-ones, we didn't know it would be deflationary, there were little hints put out like, oh, you'll have to make a sacrifice, perhaps. Some people did make a sacrifice, some didn't because they waited to participate in the auction. Some bought on secondary. Lefty, by the way, has been sniping up all the wreathed Cosmos. I would even go as far to say he is like what would you call it? The catcher in the catcher in the rye? No, I don't know. He's kind of catching those fallen cosmos pieces and just lifting them back up to grace. So shout outs to Lefty. Oh, I did save. Where is it? I saved something related to Lefty. Let's find it. As you can see, I was trying to. Let's see. Did I save that? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm not gonna find it. Let's go back to, this is one of my favorite highlights. Back in the day, when we got that teaser video. Does everyone remember this? This was a Capo special. And shout outs to Capo, because it's one of my favorite pieces of speculation ever. So what Capo had done here, if you guys remember, is he took this character where we only saw the back and we only saw part of the jacket, right? Because eventually that Cosmos piece did mint and we saw much more of the jacket in the actual piece. But in the teaser video, we only got some of the lettering. And so Capo actually extrapolated the rest of the letters. But not only did he extend out these letters, he created an entire alphabet, trying to figure out what this jacket might say. And he correctly ended up guessing Higuma, but not only did he guess Higuma, he actually linked it to, in the original deconstructed roadmap, right? We had gotten this beautiful illustrated roadmap, which alluded to CC, it alluded to the, the R1 mint. And then Capo finds, actually, with different typography, vertically, you can see displayed on that sign right there, Higuma. So this had been already hinted at. Christo had also made some predictions, saying maybe it says mighty, which I can kind of see that, right, when you can't see the full words. But anyway, that was just one of my favorite pieces of speculation. Let's go back and see if any new ones have minted. By the way, if you are minting, get into the VC. It would be really good to see people stream. I can't tell if am I frozen? Are you guys able to see? Oh, you can see that. I think you can see it. If you can see, give me a... If you can see the Cosmos pieces that have just recently minted, show me a sign of life, please. Just want to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. So there's no way of really knowing. I can't really look at the stream itself while this is happening. Any new ones? Nothing at the moment? Alright. Well, I wondered, does anyone know? Because I know 1K said he threw a bid in. He was hoping it would stick to the leaderboard, but I don't know if we're totally sure if it did or not. Does anyone know? Did 1K end up getting... I know he has a meeting, so he won't be able to join us, but... Oh, awesome. Thank you, Morbeck. Morbeck. You guys are the best. Oh, man. I'm just so sad. I'm sad this is over. I don't know. This has been... for me, it's been the most exciting mint ever. Sour actually sort of... I don't know. What's the right word? Like, mirrored that sentiment. I can't remember when I was talking to Sour, but I do remember him saying this was like the most enjoyable minting experience he's ever had. And Sour does a lot of minting of artwork. If anyone knows Sour, he is truly an art collector. Like, in every sense of the word. He prides himself in the way he mounts his artwork, displays it. His home has artwork everywhere. And this is the kind of person that Dirty Robot's art sort of calls upon, right? It sort of awakens that spirit in people. And then there are people like myself who, you know, I never would have considered myself to be an art collector before finding Dirty Robot's stuff. But again, it kind of, I feel like it awakened that in me. So I'm grateful for that because it really instills hope when you can dream and you can imagine things that are beyond the confines of reality. So we're really fortunate, you know, like there are plenty of areas of the space, a lot of people have named this crime season, and I'm not going to dwell on the negative because I just want to underscore the fact that there are still people like Dirty Robot in the space who show up every single day. They create because it is, you know, it's innate, right? They're compelled to express and to communicate in that way with the world. And we're really lucky to be here with Dirty Robot. And I'm just now we are going to have all of the tools in place, right? And we all know that, you know, now that these characters all exist, next is storytelling. And we've seen a couple of examples of how these characters might come to life in stories. You know, we know that it's going to pertain not only to how can I get out of this? Oh no. You know, it's not going to pertain only to Cosmos characters. It's also going to pertain to the OG sort of RENGA characters. And let's take a look. I know I have some stuff saved in here. Oh yeah. Real quick before I forget. Well, actually no. Let me stay on topic. Right. So okay. Well, I'm biased, but this is one of the best characters ever. It's a shapeshifter. You all know how I feel about shapeshifters. But we actually had the privilege of watching Dirty Robot incorporate this character into some comic panels. So you can see the top left corner. This was a page, or actually I cropped it, but it was part of a page. I think there were 2 panels on top of it that we had watched Dirty Robot illustrate in the server, and that jacket is truly iconic. And then in a later teaser, the official RENGA account shared these additional panels that we see on the right-hand side of this collage that I made. And so you can't tell, right? Looking at this character, you can't tell she's a shapeshifter. So I'm really interested in seeing the rest of this story. And we know that this is from the story Saturn, right? Because Dirty Robot had told us, oh, he's going to be illustrating some pages from Saturn. And we know Saturn is a story, and we know that there's going to be a graphic novel anthology, an anthology being like this compilation of stories. And so this is a good sort of proof of concept of a Cosmos character that then kind of appears in story. We also saw it in the form of a teaser featuring Thor's One of One from the OG RENGA Collection 3. So let's see, let me pull it up. I saved it. There we go. So there's 3 in the bottom. We know 3 is really an animation, but I grabbed my favorite frame from it. And then the top left, we see these panels. So yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. Let's go see if there's any new mints that are happening. Oh snap, we got a new one? Oh no, that was 302. We saw the engineer. Okay. I just didn't want to miss anything. Okay, by the way, someone had requested, and I don't know if they saw it, but someone had requested, you know, we love this the Crystal Children meme that the server had created, and then Mobius had gone out of his way to like make a sticker for us so we could always use it in the server. But then another character minted during, I believe it was week 5. I want to say week 5. And so another character had minted, and someone jumped in the server and was like, oh, this one needs to say no. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know, if you didn't see it, I put it in the server yesterday, I think. I edited it for you, but I can't remember who asked for it. So this is a general announcement. If you are out there and you had requested for this to be made, it now exists. Unfortunately, I didn't make the backup version of it, the backup version being the one that says yes, but not for J1. I did not do that one yet. So wait, let's see. Do we have that in here? That's in here somewhere. I definitely have it. Here we go. Here's what I'm referring to. We love to meme in the RENGA community. So shout outs to everyone that contributes to this and just adds joy to the space. we need you, and you know, it's totally, hopefully the joy is mutually reciprocal. When we see you having fun, it improves our experience too. And you know, Dirty Robot and the team have put a lot of thought into how can we bring joy into, you know, the minting experience. And so hopefully everyone has felt, you know, that they've been able to fully enjoy and fully appreciate all of the artwork, the beautiful one-of-one artwork that this collection features. It's been an amazing ride together, truly. Oh, so I did do a thing, I don't know, I felt like this would be a cool way of like kind of, you know, summing it all up and putting a punctuation at the end of what I consider to be something that was really special in this Cosmos Mint, right? Because, you know, things could be extractive, it could be another generative collection, but Dirty Robot went a different route with this. So I consider this a very special activation, and I decided to just put a post out saying, like, what were the aspects of this experience that you most enjoyed? Because I was just kind of curious as to, you know, what different people, what their takeaways were. So we had some comments on the post, favorite aspect of the minting experience. So I said my favorite was watching people try and figure out the crafting and like the collaboration that happened, right? So we had spreadsheets that people were making. I remember Showed in Seattle and like all these community members contributing, Rejulso, and saying, oh, well, I noticed this, or this person did this combination and this was the outcome. So for me, that was one of my favorite parts of the experience. Rolu responded, for me, it's been how nicely spaced out it is. Giving us room to appreciate the new artworks at each stage and each week of auctions. Pecky said, loving the diversity of the collection, the styles, the color palettes, also the crafting process was fun and exciting, but something tells me the best part is yet to come. I love that, because I totally agree. Like, the comics, the stories, on all mediums, right? Dirty Robot has said he likes to tell stories across different mediums. That's going to be the fun part. I think that's going to just elevate all of this, once there's a story underlying these characters. RengaBoys.eth said, I love the random aspect. You don't know what you're going to get, and it's all top quality art by Dirty Robot Works. Thor said, the thrill of reveal without the rush. You guys create a perfect balance in mechanics and experience, and he shares his monster. I think Thor really, really favors the monster archetype, which has been really cool to see people figuring out what their favorite archetype is. Sewing Season said, I wish there was more crafting and burning. I feel like that was more fun than bidding. I thoroughly enjoyed the collective rewards, and given an opportunity to try to figure out which Cosmos I was going to get. Rejulso said, for me, it's the sheer depth of the skill of the artist Daniel Isles. The world is your playground is so accurate. While we were given 19 archetypes to imagine, the reality exceeded expectation. 14 left, and I am still breathless with anticipation. And GenePoolHQ.eth said, the diversity of the art in this collection, the excitement during reveal is next level. I want to thank everyone that contributed to that sort of prompt, because it's really special, and I think, like, I just really want Dirty Robot to be able to read those words and understand how much we appreciate the care and effort that went into every step of, you know, this experience and the artwork. So we don't have any new mints yet. I will say, I don't know, I'll probably, if we don't get any mints in the next couple of minutes, I might end the stream. We do know we're having spaces. Importantly, I expect people to be there. I expect people to come up on stage. Tell me your favorite Cosmos piece. Tell me your favorite Cosmos archetype. I don't know. I don't want to stop basking in the artwork yet. Like, we did get to do sort of like the slow reveal, but I don't know. Some of the last 2 weeks have been, like, these mints have been totally mind-blowing. I don't know. That one that Thor got really reminds me of my favorite movie, They Live. It's one of my favorite movies, They Live. Because it's like the face is like almost, I don't know, skeletal? I can't really explain it. Skeletal is probably the best word. Oh man. Oh, Stealthy One just This tags me in something. Nah. Oh, this might have been a few minutes ago. A couple minutes ago. Stealthy one. Stealthy one. Did I miss something? Oh, the sad face. I know, we don't want it to end. It's both positive and negative. Like, the storytelling is something to look forward to. And by the way, like, we say this all the time in the chat. You'll see myself say it, and Mobius, and Morbeck, and Curator, and everyone comes in the chat, and it's just like, there's so much else being built out, and like, Dirty Robot is so prolific that like, so many things are being done in parallel. So, you know, you see just what's ready to be shipped in the exact moment, but what you don't see is behind the scene, Dirty Robot banging out X, Y, and Z, and they're all kind of fundamentally different things, but all related to the RENGA ecosystem. Just super, super prolific. I don't know anyone that can scale the way Dirty Robot can scale content. Like, just prolific is the right word. I don't know if that comes from, we gotta ask Dirty Robot, like, is that something that developed over time? Is it something that, you know, he just tries to capture an idea as it strikes him? I know for me, like, back when I was doing a lot more choreography, or back when I was writing a lot more poetry, if I didn't catch an idea in the moment that inspiration struck, then it might like completely evade me forever. Oh, Stealthy One. Okay, thank you so much. That is who asked for the other nose sticker. Pecky. Oh, Pecky! Oh, thank you, Stealthy One! Oh, I really appreciate it. For some reason, it's not letting me, like, follow that link. I don't know why. But yeah, that's really helpful. Okay, so that was Pecky. We gotta get Pecky on stage. I see we got, oh, so many people in here and no one's streaming. Shoutouts to Art Snitch, shoutouts to Mobius, Curator, Morbeck, Rev, Stealthy One, Van Buren. I hope and expect to see everyone at Spaces a little bit later. We'll hang around for a little bit longer because I'm hoping we get a couple more mints, you know, while we're here together. You know, about an hour from now is when we're going to start Spaces, and Spaces are just, it's just going to be a recap of, like, the whole experience. We'll sort of, you know, just delight in any of the new mints that happen between now and Spaces. I just want to talk about how prolific Dirty Robot is really quickly. Let's go through a couple of things. We were just looking at, you know, his one-of-ones, Human Delicacy. There is Joyama, a 3-volume comic series published by Dark Horse. You know, many of us, just as huge fans of Dirty Robot's work, have collected these. I keep forgetting, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I still need to get volume 3. But the point is, like, we have an artist that is tried and true. And that's something that, like, I don't take it for granted by any means. You know, he's been commissioned by DC Comic. This Mr. Miracle, I hadn't gotten to read it, but you can kind of see the features that are, like, reminiscent of Dirty Robot's style. Like, I love the little patches. We see this a lot. This, like, to me, is that like a face that's like a mask that he can wear? I gotta check this one out. But yeah, Dirty Robot is just super prolific. He really does embody that concept. The world is our playground. Everything is just, there are no boundaries. So again, to that Hegel excerpt that I read, like, art kind of exalts nature because it can do what nature can't. It can exist outside of the boundaries of, like, physical laws, right? Like, it doesn't have to obey the laws of physics. It doesn't have to obey the laws of this reality that, you know, nature must abide by. I wanted to also give a shout out. We have a lot of artists in our community. One of those artists is Rolu, and I did take a screenshot. He was sharing some of his art inside of the Discord server, so I just grabbed like a little screenshot of it. And he was just kind of like, you know, bouncing ideas off of the server, trying to figure out a name for the piece. So just shout out to Rolu. We love when art gets shared in the server. Alright, let's see. Did we get any additional mints since then? I'm hoping. Nothing yet. But I will say, I didn't do the typical summarizing statement about the leaderboard. So where we ended this week was the lowest bid was at 1.08 ETH, and the highest bid was at 1.22 ETH, which is a pretty solid leaderboard, especially given the backdrop of the market. Yeah. Let's look at this. I've been really enjoying, hopefully it loads. I've been really enjoying, this was one of my favorite parts of the mint actually. A couple of people came into the server and it was like Seattle and Moorbeck and a lot of people who are huge Dirty Robot fans who know of the 365 collection and instantly spotted, they're like, wait a minute, that character, I've seen that character. That character was in the 365 collection. So I've been enjoying seeing these things like full body. This is a royalty. This one's so cool. I love this one. Yeah. Alright, let's see what else. There are so many of these collages. Holy crap. And some of them are like less direct. So I was like, I need to ask Dirty Robot about this because this is from that 365 collection. And I was like, I wonder, is that character? Or at least a nod to that character? He's like miniature back there though. And then on the shirt, I don't know if you guys can see, on this little t-shirt, I don't know. Kind of looks like this character right here, but we got to get Dirty Robot to kind of like confirm or deny if that's true. So I've been trying to go through what are the more discrete sort of things that rhyme between 365 and Cosmos. But yeah. Let's see if we got any new mints. So I'm wondering, there were a couple of minutes that I dropped out on the Twitter stream, but my YouTube stream kept going. I wonder why that was. It wasn't that I needed to push out a new stream though, so it's kind of bizarre. No new mints yet. Alright. I don't know. I think at this point, maybe we call it a day for an hour and then we jump back into spaces together. I just want to highlight real quick. I have to do it. My favorite. This is a shapeshifter, and we need to click into the shapeshifter archetype. I have to. I can't not. You guys know this is my favorite archetype. And here's why it's my favorite archetype. Because, I don't know, I kind of resonate with these. They're just kind of, there's nothing fixed about them. They're totally fluid. It's like one thing transforming into another, transforming into another. At any given moment, they can represent totally differently. I really like this one with the shattered face. And then, of course, Art Snitch got this insane grail pretty early on. Well, I guess it wasn't that early. Well, it was early in the auctions, I believe. Unless that was, yeah, I don't remember. This shapeshifter was minted by our beloved Padawan. I want to shout out Padawan. Padawan is a dear friend to me. And I was glad to see him get a shapeshifter. And then Curator also got this one, I think on secondary, because he came around to the fact that this is the superior archetype. That one, for some reason, gives me Star Trek vibes. But I will admittedly say I could be wrong because I haven't really watched much Star Trek. This one was minted last week and it might be one of my favorites. Grail Collector, name checks out. Obsessed. Okay, let me stop. Let's see if we got any new mints. If we didn't, I'm gonna rug the space. Let's see, sort by recently created. Recently created. Nothing new. Oh man, look at this collection. Wow. There's Drippy's little engineer. which to me has cube and robot vibes also, but I could be wrong. It's been an awesome time. This is my favorite. Okay, alright. Now that the collection is almost just about mostly minted out, we're obviously still waiting on some. Can we just acknowledge enchanters are highly underrated. Highly underrated. People are gonna find out. I think Cinema was like, oh snap, like, what's it called? Enchanters. I think Cinema said like, oh, enchanters are gonna be our delinquents of the Cosmos collection. I could be like misquoting that, but it was something like it, you know, it was of that vein. So yeah. You guys need to stream your review.